with our second episode of Subnautica. I had a day today. We're gonna talk about it. I feel like really short, and I think it's entirely because these headphones are so tall. But whatever. It's fine. We're out here. We're gonna play more Subnautica. This time, I think... God, it's been like a really long time since I last played. But I think what I said I was gonna do was make another habitat. Yeah, no, it's been a day. Where do I even start? I went down to the university to get my contract because I'm over here on an E2 visa, so I'm an English teaching visa. You good? That was weird. Did I... Oh god. Tab, was it, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I do have the habitat builder and I have a bunch of other really excellent useful stuff. I need to make a habitat. Oh right! I made a sea moth. I wish there was like a map. You doing okay, buddy? Is it T-posing? I think the game's broke. Maybe he's just happy there. Maybe that's where he wants to build his home. I don't know. I don't know where I want to build my home. I also don't want to go too far from my escape pod because, like, kind of that's where all of my stuff is being stored right now. What about over here? Where am I? Angry Shark Boy. Sure. Make sense? Yeah. Alright. E. E to exit. I really want it to be day. Let's just... Where's the thingy? Down there. We're just gonna direct this downward. You can be my torch. Oh, speak of the devil. Wow, I made it daytime. Let's go like right about here. Can you be chill? Thanks. That is one angry shark. Wow, look at me. Now I have one foundation. Let's build another one. Nope, right next to it. Oh, I need lead. And oxygen. Okay, so yeah, today. What happened today? I went, so, it's forgivable that I am all over myself right now. I don't have that. I was involved in a car accident today. I was not driving, and I was not injured. We will start with that. I, was taking a cab to the university. Oh, god damn it. Taking a taxi to the university to get my contract because I am on what is called an E2 visa, which is like for educators and teachers and stuff like that. So the way that works is every year I have to renew my contract. I go in and, you know, pick up a new contract if I'm gonna stay. No real issue, no real problem. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, all that good stuff. And it snowed last night. What the fuck? Oh, I know what you are. Don't bite me, but I want to scan you. Get off of me. How rude. The cat.exe has stopped responding. Would you like to reboot the program? But yeah, so the taxi that I was in, I already said that, got hit sideswiped by another car. And it was actually a pretty traumatic accident. Like, we were fine. We were only sideswiped a little bit. You know, the taxi was able to drive his car away. It was damaged, but like, oh, ow, fuck. Don't like that. Yeah, oh, I'm poisoned? Let me just do that really quickly. Over here. Yeah, so we were just on our way to the university, and I guess it was really icy out. It snowed last night, got really warm, then got cold again. And, I think what actually happened was the car in front of us hit. There's, like, these pylons in the middle of the road. And I think that what wound up happening was... What the fuck is that? A car had hit, like, one of these middle pylons in our lane. So the cabbie, he, you know, I remember this, like, really, really vividly. He reaches forward to flick on his four-ways. And then is... he hadn't even started pulling into the other lane. This car came up behind us. And I hadn't, like, A+ to my cabbie. I knew we'd been hit, but at the same time, like, it didn't feel like we'd been hit. Like, I barely felt a collision, you know? So yeah, like, I knew we'd been hit. I felt the collision, but it was just a little sideswipe. So not, like, we didn't lose control. We didn't even, like, we weren't pushed out of our lane. Nothing like that. Can I rotate this? I can rotate it. Okay. And yeah, so this car kind of came up behind us. So if we're... I should not do this from under the water. Where's my boat? There's my boat. Wait, no. Where's, like, my close boat? Sea moth? Hello? There you are. So the cabbie reached forward, he hit his, like, you know that triangle signal that turns your four-ways on, like your emergency light? So I guess that he had seen the car in front, well, he definitely had seen that the car in front had stopped. I don't know if he knew they'd been in an accident. He did not give any inkling that he knew that this other car had, you know, been in a collision. Need more titanium? Really? Oh, I guess so. Like, he wasn't freaking out. He just put his four-ways on and was slowing down. So we're coming down on a slight hill, but it was really slippery. Like, you could kind of feel the tires getting and losing grip on the road. But he was in complete control of his car the whole time. And he puts his four-ways on, we're slowing to a stop, and I don't know if the car behind us was traveling too fast, which honestly is kind of a pretty common thing in Korea. I've seen a lot of, not accidents, but like a lot of consequences of accidents. I've seen a lot of cars with damage on them. I've been almost hit by a lot of cars as a pedestrian. I've seen cars run like red lights, and road safety doesn't always seem to be the top priority here. Surprise, surprise, stereotypes. So yeah, I don't know if she wasn't paying attention or she was driving too fast. But she did not, she obviously wasn't able to stop behind us. So she kind of comes around and, no, I need those. she sideswipes us. So we're in this lane. She comes around this lane. Her car, like, she starts losing control, basically, when she's right next to us. So the nose of her car goes into the passenger door of the cab that I'm in. And then, she comes around in front of us. She's going, like, significantly faster than we are. And as she comes around in front of us, you see the car turning. Like, by the time her car is in front of our car, it's perfectly perpendicular to us. Perpendicular? Horizontal? Parallel, perpendicular. Yeah, perfectly perpendicular to us. And she just slides right into oncoming traffic. And thank God there were no cars, because the road was really slippery. If there were cars on that side too, there's no way they would have been able to get out of the way. And she had no control of her car at this point. It was spinning out. It was in a full fishtail. There was no way that she would have been able to get the car back under control at that point. So, yeah, thank God there were no cars in the oncoming traffic lane, because she just went through. They didn't have medians, but they had, like, median poles in between, like, oncoming traffic and our lane. So she goes right through that, across the 2 lanes of what would be online traffic, and off this embankment into this, like, underpass. Like, there's a walking path that goes under the road there. And it's, like, a 10-foot drop. Like, you could not see the car after it went over. And, like, usually, this is, like, the weirdest thing, because usually when I'm in taxis, I'm, like, playing on my phone, or, like, I'm in a call with my friends on my phone. Like, I don't really pay that much attention. It's weird, I never got, like, motion sickness before I moved to Korea, but I don't know if it's just because the drivers are a little bit, braver, for lack of a better word, or if it's just, like, me, you know? But it wasn't, you know... Usually, I have my headphones on and I'm not paying attention. But today, I was paying attention. And so I'm watching this car come around, and it's just... I've driven in winter. I know what a fishtail is. I can see her brake lights are on. And ABS isn't really a thing here. So I would bet money that she's just slammed on the brake, which, fun fact for those of you who aren't used to driving in winter conditions, that's, like, the worst thing you can do. If you don't have auto brake systems, you need to pump your brakes. If you get into a fishtail, whether it's because you're hydroplaning or because you're on ice, pump the brakes. On and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. It helps give your tires better grip. If you just slam on the brakes, you're going to lose all traction and lose all control. Safety fact from Kat. And yeah, it's like, it almost felt like slow motion, because you just see her go across, and then the car hits, like, the edge of the pavement where there's, like, a lip of grass. There's, like, a little baby curb, and then, like, maybe a half a foot of grass, and you just see the car, like, roll. And it goes down. I see the bottom of the car as it kind of, like, bounces up a little bit. And then you see nothing. So the cabbie pulls over. He's been hit, and also we just saw this massive accident. And he's like, what the fuck? Pardon my language. And I'm like, holy shit. Pardon my language. Like, what just happened? So we get out of the car, and there was another driver who was, like, in the oncoming traffic lane. He had, like, one of the big trucks that, like, you store stuff on the back of. And I think he had stopped because of the car that had hit the center median, right? Fish. And so, like, he's over there, my taxi driver gets up, and I get out when my taxi driver gets out, because I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Like, I don't know if... I don't know. So I get out of the car and follow him, because I'm not just gonna sit in this taxi on the side of the road when my cabbie's not there. We go across the road. I call 119, which is the emergency number over here, get reception in complete Korean. So I just hand my phone over to the taxi driver, and he kind of clues in to, like, what I'm trying to do. So he, you know, gives me my phone back and calls it on his phone. I hang up because it's like this automated message in Korean. I don't understand. It's like, let the Korean people take care of talking with the Korean emergency people. He's on this side of the road, kind of just checking it out, like looking down at the car. So I go down the embankment, which, you know, probably isn't generally advised, but I have done like years of first aid training from like high school onwards. Technically it's expired now, but enough that like I felt pretty confident that it was better than nothing kind of deal. The guy from the like Jerry truck or whatever they're called, he's down there too, and he's trying to pull the sunroof off of this like sedan that's now flipped on its side. So when it went off, it went off and landed on its roof, and then there was enough room left in the embankment that it was now on its side in this little like footpath that goes under the road. And there's two, not like elderly, but like older people in the car. And this guy's trying to pull the sunroof off, and I'm like, okay, that's fine and dandy. I'm trying to just get like a gist of what the hell just happened. Because what the hell, right? Give me quartz. And I want to make sure that they're okay. Like, I know how to do CPR. I know, you know, basic trauma response. I know not to try and remove people from a car unless there's a more immediate threat until EMS arrives, because you want to protect C-spine. And thank God I know that, because this other driver, his first instinct, which, you know, makes sense, was to try and pull these two people out of this tiny sunroof. I'm like, no. Then the driver's panicking, so she's trying to turn her car on, her car that is sideways. And I don't know much about cars, but my gut reflex to that is also that that's a very bad idea. I don't think engines are meant to run sideways. I know there are fluids in engines, some of which are flammable. So I'm over here, like, one of the first words my students ever taught me was 안녕, which is no. Not to be mistaken with 안녕, which is hello. So she's like turning her car on, like I hear the engine turning over. I'm like, 안녕. And so the guy that's trying to pull the sunroof looks back at me, and I'm like pointing at the driver, like, 안녕, like, stop trying to turn your car on. So he relays like, stop trying to turn your car on. He gets the sunroof out and like goes to pull this older guy, and I'm like, no, just like leave him. Because the thing is, with the way that their car landed, if they had like neck or back injuries, and this window was like the size of my computer monitor, like you weren't fitting these people through this window without twisting them in a way like that would be difficult to do. So if they have neck or back injuries, that could actually cause like some really severe and permanent damage. So I managed to kind of get across that, you know, oh God, air. They need to do their best to stay still, not to panic, you know, try and keep your neck straight, try and keep your back straight, and just, you know, just wait. EMS is coming. And I just kind of stayed there with them. Like, after I got that across, the other guy, like, left. He's just like, peace, I'm out. I'm like, okay. I have Google Translate on my phone. This is fine. And I'm just, you know, there. I used all of the phrases I'm confident in Korean today. 아니요. No. 괜찮아요, which can be, are you okay? Like, if you're asking someone else, depending on, like, your intonation. Are you okay? Or I am okay. So, you know, 괜찮아요? Are you okay? Or 괜찮아요. I'm okay. And so I just kind of stay with them. I'm, like, trying to, you know, 괜찮아요. Like, are you okay? Just to, like, keep them talking and calm and coherent. Like, try and get an estimate. I can't understand what they're saying, but at the very least, like, if I can keep them talking, I can let EMS know, like, yo, they've remained conscious and coherent, which is the sort of one of the things that, at least in my experience of first aid, of EMS, like actual EMS, would be concerned about, is their level of consciousness kind of thing. So EMS shows up, and at that point, I'm like, okay, you know, get out of the way. I have done my part, which I learned in first aid, which was keep patients stable and safe as possible until professionals show up. I did that. I get out of the way. Cops are now showing up. So first EMS shows up, then fire shows up, and then cops show up. Cops don't speak much English, which is where the third phrase I know comes in, molayo, which is, I don't know. So basically from like that point onward, everything, you know, the cops are kind of asking, like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, Kinsanayo, I'm okay. You sure you're okay? I'm like, yeah, because it's honestly, like, we barely even felt the impact in the taxi. And you know, they're trying to ask for my information. I just hand over my alien registration card, like my ID card, and give them my phone number. And, you know, oh, Hangul ma isoyo or whatever. Like, do you speak Korean? Modayo. Like, no, I don't understand. I don't know. And yeah, the cabbie called me another cab, which I greatly appreciated because I was going to pick up my contract. And after, you know, maybe 30-40 minutes of just standing on the side of the road while cops and detectives did their thing, he was like, okay, yeah, we got you another taxi. Bless my taxi driver. What a saint. He seemed like super calm through everything, which was really, really nice. I don't know if I would have been as calm as I was had my cabbie been freaking the hell out. He seemed mostly just annoyed about his car because his passenger side door got kind of caved in from where we were impacted. Yeah, I know, go away. But yeah, the cops just kind of like, okay, you'll get a call later. I don't want salt, I want quartz. You'll get a call later for the investigation. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Just make sure you have a translator because, you know, I can break it down simply. They don't have to be completely fluent, but I can't explain what happened in Korean kind of thing. I've never been so thankful. Like, I took first aid when I first started taking first aid when I was like 9 years old because I did a lot of babysitting. So my mom signed me up for like those babysitting courses every year. And part of those courses was usually a first aid element. First aid, CPR, child CPR element. And then when I was in high school, I did a co-op teaching or like being an assistant teacher at an elementary school. So I had to do first aid for that as well. That was one of the requirements, first aid, CPR, child CPR. And I've never been like so thankful for it because technically, you know, while my everything is expired now, I know what to do, and I know to stay calm. I know not to panic. It was like the weirdest thing because I was super calm up until the point that, oh, come on, I saw the quartz here. Where did it go? Stupid long grass. I was super calm like up until the point that the EMS like showed up and took over. At that point, it was just like, that was where the sort of, I wouldn't even call it anxiety. It was just like the adrenaline started to wear off. And so just everything was just, stress. But everyone was okay. EMS showed up and I don't know how they got the couple out of the car. By that point, I had kind of moved aside to give my information to the detectives on scene. And it honestly actually wasn't until that point that I'd realized the car that we were behind had crashed into the center median. I just saw the back of the car and my cabbie slowing down and figured like they were slowing down for something else, you know, traffic's backing up or something, maybe a red light. It was at that point that I realized that the car that we had slowed to avoid hitting had the entire front caved in. This was like one of those little like baby cars, little baby box cars. And the entire like engine compartment, you could see parts of the engine sticking out, and it was just all caved in. I didn't see the driver, but their airbag had deployed, and then, yeah, that was like, oh my god, holy crap! I guess this is you know, how accidents happen. Oh, shark things. And so EMS showed up. They came down, like, oh, Dumyoung, there's 2 people in this car. I'm like, okay, great. And then, you know, Hana, Imyoung, 1 person, 1 in that car. The guy from, like, the lorry came over and pointed that out. I was like, okay, great. Because I guess when he called, it was immediate, like, initially for the car in the center median. So first I see the responders walking the lady from the car that had been in the initial accident, and she's limping and, like, rubbing at her chest. So from looking at the car, I'm not a paramedic, and my medical, like, it's something I'm interested in, but I'm, like, no doctor. I'm not kidding myself or anyone else, but I imagine it was, like, probably from the seatbelt and or the airbag. And then she was limping, which made sense because the entire, like, front nose of her driver's side was just completely impacted. So I wouldn't be surprised if she, like, hurt her leg, because that was the side of her car that was damaged. But, like, she walked to the ambulance, and then the older couple, they got the lady out, and she was, like, she was having a hard time walking. I was kind of confused about why they had her walking, but whatever. And, like, complaining and, like, kept stopping to, like, wince and, like, grasp her back. So I think that she probably, I don't know if it was necessarily spinal damage. It could have just been, oh god, no! It could have just been muscular, or, like, she pulled her back because, like I said, the car landed on its roof. You know, you're suspended by your seatbelt. That's gonna hurt your back. Stop it! Why are you so rude? But it was, like, it made me feel a lot better about being like, no, don't try and pull them out of the car, because, yeah, if that's a spinal injury, and they just, like, pulled her through the sunroof without EMS there to, like, protect C-spine, you could literally paralyze someone that way, you know? Or maybe you don't know, but now you do. Yeah, it was just like, holy crap. So, I'm really glad that I was there, because, like, the dude, the passenger that I was, like, initially talking to, just the fact that I came up and wasn't freaking out, he seemed to, like, immediately calm down, and when I was like, you know, your neck and your back, try and keep that straight, and he was like, okay, yeah, I got it, and he was able to relay that to the driver, and, like, they both were able to kind of stay relatively calm. I stayed with them until EMS showed up, because even though my Korean's not great, I know I wouldn't want to be alone. Like, even if someone came up to me and didn't speak a lick of English or French, I would rather that than just being, like, in this car that's on its side. They couldn't get out. The side doors were all mangled. Yeah. So that happened today. And then I go to the university and pick up my contract, and then I hop into a cabbie, because I don't know, I'm crazy. And I go home. Yeah. I figured I would like someone there, so that's what I'm gonna do for these people. I'm just gonna, like, stay with them until EMS can show up and help them out and, you know, be the fantastic superheroes that EMS are. And yeah, everyone walked to the ambulance. Like, even, I don't think the passenger of the car that went over the edge was even injured. He was walking fine. He was looking for his bag. Like, adrenaline is a crazy thing, so, you know, there's still, he might have been injured. I think it was wise that he chose to go to hospital. But even when he was in the car, like, he didn't seem confused or disoriented. I mean, he was a little disoriented, as would happen if you were in a car that just span out of control and flipped onto its back. But, like, he was there together, you know? It's just like, oh my god. But yeah, like, I was glad that I was there and able to, I don't know. I don't know if I'd use the word help, but at the very least, like, stay with them until EMS showed up. To help them out. It's just, like, crazy. It was just really, like, no one was hurt, which is great. Like, absolutely fantastic. But it's just crazy. No, not deconstruct. Can you not? Excellent.
30 seconds.
So that happened to me today. Yeah, everyone, like, was really, really good to me, even though they couldn't speak English. Like, everyone kept asking me if I was okay, if I needed anything, and I'm just over here like, I mean, do you need anything? Like, I'm fine. Are they okay? Or is, like, I'm over here far more worried about everyone else involved. You know, my cabbie, I mean, F. I don't have another battery. I'm gonna swim over to this thing. He's asking, like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. Are you fine? Like, yeah, jeez. So, yeah. Please be careful driving in the wintertime. Be careful on ice. Leave double the distance you're told you should leave during driving school. Like, during driving school, they'll say, keep 2 cars between you and the car ahead of you. If the conditions are bad, especially if you don't have auto brakes and winter tires, or auto braking systems and, like, winter tires, leave, like, 4 cars between you and the car in front of you. And please be careful. Please be careful. Please, you know, do your best to drive as safely as you can. Drive very defensively. Excuse me. And just, you know, be mindful of what's going on around you at all times, even more so than usual. Because, like, yeah, I think that, you know, it's possible that she just slid out of control, locking up her brakes. Koreans have there's 4 seasons in Korea, so I don't know why people wouldn't know to do that already, but, you know, sometimes people just don't know, or they panic. It was, like, the weirdest thing, though, because I felt cool. Like, I felt completely fine. Like, there was that initial response of, like, what the shit when the accident happened, of, like, wait, were we just hit? Like, what does this mean? And then I saw the car go over the edge, and it was like, holy crap, are they okay? But I felt like I didn't panic at all. I even after the fact, I wouldn't say that I panicked. I felt the adrenaline starting to, like, wear off. I started, you know, my hands started shaking. I felt like a tightness in my chest. But, like, I was fine. It's the weirdest thing. Abandoned PDA. Do you have anything else for me?
New PDA data.
Nope. Oh god, don't get trapped. Oh my god, they're so pretty. Lithium. Oh, I'm gonna scan one of you. Oh, but first I should get air. Let me just come in here for a second. Oh, I love this biome. I wish I built here. This is so pretty. Maybe I'll build another base here. Hello, friend. Are you mean? You don't look mean. Well, actually, you look poisonous, so you look quite mean. But you're so pretty. Let me scan you. You're so pretty. I love them. Is that an egg? Oh, you're probably an egg for a shiny boy. I don't know how to hatch the egg, but I want a pet shiny boy.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
That's just a really big tree. Mushroom tree. Oh, that's so cool. This is the best biome in the entire game. Like, listen to them! They're so cute. Nice! I need one more. I got on my ship. And then see what that was about. Data bank. Time capsules. Dear friend, my name is Crystal Eve. Nice to meet you and goodbye. I left some useful stuff inside this chest, and the chest inside, surprise. Hope you like it. This is a dangerous world, but you get through it. May the element of harmony be with you. Good luck. And that's Chinese, but I don't remember enough Chinese to read that. She gave me a blocker. A reactor rod? Ooh! That's fancy. Just eat the raw peeper. And then drink all the water that I have.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Fancy! So is that from another player or from a developer or something? I found another hull piece. Found another hull piece. But I'm still missing like an entire... Yeah, like when I check my blueprints, I'm missing like an entire part of that. So I'm wondering if... I mean, it would probably also be around here, right? Like, both of the other ones have been around here, so it would be kind of weird if this one wasn't too. Yo, this is cool. I'm not ready for you yet. I mean, I wonder if it cares whether or not I'm ready, though. Let's see what it wants.
Aurora, we're approaching the planet now.
Oh,
We have
jeez.
a landing site for you that's... well, it's better than the alternatives. We've set you the coordinates.
Okay.
It'll take us a couple of days to align our orbit. Should be able to establish direct contact with you during that time. Then we're coming in to get you. Cross
Oh,
your
jeez.
fingers, the weather holds. Don't leave us waiting.
It's really far away.
Beam out.
I'm going.
Weeks without human contact. It is normal to experience psychological discomfort. Research indicates symptoms may be partly alleviated by adopting a pet or anthropomorphizing an inanimate object.
Well, it's fine, because I'm about to have people. Right? I mean, I doubt it's going to be that simple. Like, maybe they wind up stranded with me or something. We can build a base together.
Detecting massive energy signature in the region. Cannot identify it.
Okay. Interesting. Fishy boys. I guess I'll actually release... What the fuck are you? Oh. Oh, I don't like you. Warper. Oh, I don't like that. We're just dancing. Okay, yeah, we're just dancing. I'm going. I'm leaving. I'm getting off your lawn. Leave me alone. Can you come up here? I hope not. What was that? Warper. An aggressive creature with the ability to teleport itself and others in space. No genetic crossover identified with indigenous life forms. Demonstrates no recognized defense behavior. Head. Mechanisms located in the head region provide its warping capability, which it uses to stalk targets. Torso appears to hunt other life forms, but no digestive organs have been identified. Internal structure considerably more complex than other known organisms. Unable to distinguish whether organic or artificial in nature. Fancy. Okay, great. Bulbo tree. I can eat it. Ooh, nice. Feed me. I'm dehydrated. I just want to scan everything. That's what I'm out here for. Scanning things. It's a bird. In a building. Oh my god, there's so much happening. Oh god. What the? Crabs? I didn't consent to this. Ow! Can you? Cease and desist. Where'd that building go? Hey, guess what? I have your key. Let me in. I'm assuming it's a key. It makes sense. There's like a symbol here. Wants me to put the purple tablet in, so. Put the purple tablet in. Bam. Yeah, it's a key. Fancy.
Scans indicate this structure is composed of a metal alloy with unprecedented integrity.
Integrity.
Found in database performing structural analysis.
Lovely. Good on you. What is this place? What the f— It's so pretty, though. Like, can I build like this? I love this. What's this thing? Do you need another thingy? Oh.
Unknown language. Attempting
Translation. Discovered inside an alien facility, it was not possible to translate any useful information. However, the scans have returned some information on the device itself. It is likely a solid-state computer, although there is no clear way to interface with it. On approach, it began producing a low-frequency radio wave containing complex but recognizable data patterns. It is likely the alien species which designated this technology evolved or genetically selected sensory apparatus to hear and understand the information being broadcast by the device, and to communicate back. The mental processing power required to perform this kind of telepathy would imply the designers were considerably more psychologically developed than the common human. Further research required. Huh. Fancy. What this? Oh, that's the ion cube I need to make the keys. Grab that. Fancy. It looks like it's radiated, though, so, like, maybe I should be careful just touching that.
Analysis of the patterns on the walls cannot ascertain whether their purpose is aesthetic or functional. Further data required.
Oh, this place is so cool. These walls are so pretty. They, like, light up when you get closer to them or when you look at them. Or maybe that's just, like, textures loading in.
Unknown language.
Attempting translation. Enforcement Platform Schematic. This dataset appears to be a multidimensional schematic of some kind. By mapping the pattern to three-dimensional space, it is possible to gather a basic understanding of this facility's internal workings. Construction material. The facility's unknown construction material is identified as an ultra-hard non-reactive metal amalgam, synthesized from off-world materials. There is no indication that it can be damaged or destroyed by available means. Power. This schematic indicates the facility was to be powered by a separate self-sustaining power plant located elsewhere on the planet. The location is not listed, but there is evidence the designers intended to harness the planet's natural thermal energy. Layout. The facility consists of the upper engineering section, where the schematic was found, and the control room, which is accessed via a securely sealed elevator shaft or a separate underwater moon pool. Control. The control room in the lower section houses the only common way to interface with the facility. However, the schematic does not detail the operation procedure or installed security measures. Keep my scanner out. Me boy, what is this? What this? Alien rifle? I'm not allowed guns. Strong resemblance to human weaponry and form, this device must have been designed for a humanoid user in mind. Whether aliens that built this structure were themselves humanoid or otherwise employed the use of humanoids is unclear. What is clear is that they considered defending this facility a necessary precaution. There is no obvious way to remove the rifle from the case. Shame. I would appreciate having a gun. Can I scan you? Energy core. This device houses energy equivalent to 100 metric tons of nuclear detonation, which can be channeled through the facility and directed at vessels overhead. This device has energy equivalent to 100 metric tons nuclear detonation, which can be channeled through the facility and direct. Did we not just crash into this planet? Were we shot out of the sky? Directed at vessels overhead or bent around the planet's gravitational pull to strike targets in orbit. Oh, for like destroying comets and stuff. Power is routed via the attached terminal, allowing for the device to be deactivated if necessary. It is currently operating without parameters, suggesting it will target any ship within range. Press the button. Oh. Ow! Oh, don't like needles.
The control panel is broadcasting a message. Translation reads,
Very angry voice.
infected individuals may not disable the weapon. This planet is under quarantine.
Oh no. Oh, so were we like shot out of the sky because the planet's so the planet's under quarantine, and anything that goes into its orbit, anything that goes into its orbit will be shut down. Oh, this will be useful. The facility location. So disease research facility. So they quarantined the planet. They were looking into this disease. Bacterium. Kara? Kara, are you a disease? Are you a sickness? Come here. Come here, my little sickness. This is Kara. She is not a bacterium. She is a good girl. You're not a bacterium. You're a good girl, right? Did I wake you up? Did I wake you up for this bit? I'm sorry. You can nap on my lap. Antidote for the highly infectious bacterium designated Kara thermal power facility. Inside, an extensive natural rock formation, volcanic energy. Then there's sanctuaries. Okay, interesting. I'm in danger. You guys need to turn around. No, they're showing up in 10 minutes. Oh, Kara. Kara, they're in danger. They're in danger, baby. What are they gonna do? They're in trouble. They're gonna go boom. Oh no. Oh no. That is so cool, but also, oh no. Oh, run away, sirs.
Survivor, we see you.
I
Man,
don't
I don't
see
know how you
you.
held out down there. We broke an atmosphere and we're descending towards the landing site.
I don't
Is that a building down there? What do you mean you can't
Oh.
identify it? Hold on. No turning back now. Positions, everyone. Touching down in 10, 9, 8. It's coming from the building? Change course. Set thrusters to full.
I didn't see nothing. That was not my fault. Oh no. Yeah, no one survived that. Why? Was that necessary? Have you not caused enough destruction, stupid building? Oh no. He was rude, but then he was not rude, you know? Like, he was apologetic for being rude once he realized that I was kind of in big trouble. Oh, is it gonna go back to being idle again? Okay, that's kind of cool, actually. You're a really cool building, even if you're kind of terrible. What, is that your victory cry? Oh no, that's the sound of it, like, sinking into place. That gives me, like, War of the World vibes, which I watched that movie as a kid. I haven't watched it in forever, but that was a really good movie. Well, I'm SOL in terms of rescue, so I guess I am gonna have time to find all those other goodies. No, we're gonna leave this here because it's 1 in the morning and I'm tired. I know that's half finished. I need more titanium, which is funny. Wait, why? Why? Hull damage. Stop it. For now, we'll just deconstruct that. Well, fuck. My whole base is submerged. What can I do about this? Fill all the holes, that's what. If I totally fix it, will the water level go down? Hull level should be secure now, right?
Hull integrity restored. Draining systems initiated.
Okay. Today I learned that's a thing. Is it actually draining? Okay, yeah, it is. Okay. That was horrible. That was strange. Okay. Yeah, now that my base isn't underwater, we're going to leave this episode here. Thank you guys for joining me. Next time, we're going to fix the stability issue and go back to that underwater mushroom area and see if I can build this fancy Cyclops thing. Thank y'all for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!